Chosen one, let me ask you something. Have you ever looked back at your life and wondered if that quiet choice you made years ago really mattered? The decision no one clapped for, the prayer no one heard, the act of kindness no one thanked you for. Maybe it was the night you stayed up praying for a child who had lost their way. Maybe it was when you walked away from a deal that looked good on paper but felt wrong in your spirit. Maybe it was simply choosing to forgive someone who never even said, "I'm sorry." You thought it was small. You thought it went unnoticed. But heaven saw it. Heaven recorded it. And that last move you made, so humble, so hidden, was the spark that made God rewrite everything about your story. Chosen one, listen closely. God didn't just press a button and reset the board of your life. No, he picked up the pen and rewrote the very chapters you thought were finished. Some of you carry pages filled with regret, missed chances, words you wish you could take back, years you feel slipped through your fingers. But here's the beauty. God doesn't erase your story, he redeems it. He takes the ink stains of failure and turns them into brushstrokes of wisdom. Imagine a novel where the first half feels heavy, full of storms and loss. Then suddenly, the author flips the script. What once looked like an ending becomes the beginning of the most powerful part. That's what just happened for you. This rewrite is not about going back. It's about moving forward with fresh authority. The years that seemed wasted, they have now become seeds. The wounds that once marked you, they've been transformed into qualifications. When heaven rewrites, nothing is lost. Every tear, every trial, every prayer whispered in the dark, it all gets folded into a story so radiant that the next chapter can only be called victory. Chosen one, what you did wasn't just about you. That quiet act of faith sent ripples far beyond what your eyes could see. Think of a stone tossed into a still lake. The circles spread wider and wider, touching distant shores you never imagined. That's exactly what your last move did. Heaven took that moment and multiplied it into blessings that are now moving through your family, your community, even generations not yet born. Maybe you prayed for your children when they weren't listening. That prayer didn't vanish, it became a shield around them. Maybe you forgave when bitterness would have been easier. That choice planted seeds of healing in your bloodline. Maybe you chose integrity when compromise looked safer. That decision opened doors your grandchildren will one day walk through. You thought it was survival. Heaven calls it legacy. The world may forget, but the ripple never dies. It continues to move, carrying your faith forward like a current too strong to resist. So don't underestimate the hidden power of your obedience. God has already woven your small yes into a tapestry that will outlive you. Chosen one, when God rewrites your story, he doesn't just rearrange old furniture. He moves you into new rooms, rooms you never thought you'd enter. Rooms filled with people who need what only your years of walking with God can provide. This season, you may notice invitations to circles that once seemed closed. A younger person asking for your guidance. A neighbor confiding struggles they've hidden for years. A new opportunity to serve where your wisdom outweighs any diploma. Don't shrink back and say, "I'm too old," or "It's not my place." You've been prepared for this. Those rooms are not about status, they're about assignment. God is positioning you as a stabilizing presence, a lighthouse in unfamiliar waters. The doors that closed were protection. The doors now opening are purpose. Step into them with confidence. You are not a guest in these rooms, you are a carrier of the atmosphere of heaven. Integrity is costly, isn't it? Many times you chose honesty and lost opportunities. You stood for truth and faced loneliness. You refused shortcuts when they could have made life easier. You wondered if it was worth it. Chosen one, heaven kept receipts. Every time you walked away from gossip instead of feeding it, recorded. Every time you returned kindness for cruelty, recorded. Every time you tithed when bills were stacked high, recorded. Your integrity was never invisible. Angels watched. God took note. And now, those hidden records are being translated into visible rewards, doors of favor, unexpected provision. Relationships built on trust instead of convenience. Think of it like a savings account no one else knew you had. Decades of quiet deposits now. Heaven is releasing the compound interest. So, do not regret the times you chose the narrow road. That integrity was the very key God used to rewrite your destiny. Chosen one, you've survived storms that should have broken you. Illness, financial loss, betrayals, nights of loneliness. You carry scars that prove you walked through fires and came out alive. But hear this, survival was never the end goal. God did not keep you here just to say, you made it. He kept you so you could build legacies, build bridges between generations, build faith in those who have lost theirs. Survivors tell stories of endurance. Builders create stories of hope. And now, God is shifting you from one to the other. What once felt like rubble at your feet is now raw material for construction. Every broken dream becomes a brick. Every healed wound becomes mortar. Every lesson learned becomes a cornerstone. You are no longer just a testimony of survival. You are an architect of destiny. The structures you build now, through your prayers, wisdom, and actions, will outlast you. That is why God rewrote your story, not to leave you with ashes, but to empower you with blueprints. So many of you carry quiet regrets. The business you never started, the words you never said, the years you feel slipped away while you were busy surviving. At night, those memories whisper, "It's too late." But heaven whispers something else. Those regrets are not your ending, they are your training. Every regret has been repurposed into wisdom. Every mistake has been rewritten into mentorship. Every delay has become divine preparation. What you thought disqualified you has actually qualified you for deeper impact. Think of a rusty key tucked away in a drawer. It looks useless, forgotten. But in the right hands, cleaned and placed into the right lock, it opens a door no shiny new key ever could. That's you. God is transforming your regrets into holy keys, keys that unlock the hearts of others, keys that release compassion, because you know the pain of wishing you had done more. Keys that open futures for your children and grandchildren. Regret loses its power the moment you realize its true name. Purpose. Chosen one. This is not the same game you once played. The rules that held you back, the voices that shamed you, the years you thought were wasted, God has rewritten it all. And in this new chapter, you are not a background character. You are the main testimony. Walk into this rewrite with your head lifted high. Don't apologize for the wisdom you carry. Don't downplay the favor on your life. Don't hide the light that decades of faith have forged inside you. From this day forward, you are not just surviving, you are leading. You are not just remembered, you are revealed. Every prayer, every tear, every yes, whispered in silence, has now become the foundation of your greatest season. So live boldly, mentor freely, pray without hesitation, speak your story with courage, because your voice now carries weight heaven has authorized. And when doubt tries to creep in, remind yourself of this truth. God rewrote the ending, and in this version you win. Now declare it with faith. This is my rewrite, and I will walk it out.